Tom Flahert, I'm sorry. Where are you from?
Yes, Milford, New Hampshire.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm here just to make a few comments about Granite State Futures, as I understand Rochester is considering joining on. Granite State Futures is a program based on a contract with the Federal Housing, Urban and Development, DOT and DOE. There is an instrument that is a legally binding contract between HUD and the national RPC, as well as acting on behalf of the 9 RPCs in the state. There would also be a contract between the RPC and the city of Rochester if you were to join Granite State Futures. This is a top-down program that comes from the federal government through the RPCs, and there are mandates in the agreement between HUD and the national RPC that must be adhered to and passed down through the Granite State Futures project. There's one key aspect to the agreement between HUD and the national RPC, and it's one section called substantial involvement. HUD's Office of Sustainable Housing and Communities will work in partnership with its grantees to advance the program's objectives of the grant program. The cooperative agreement allows for substantial involvement of HUD staff to enhance the performance of the grantee in the completion of their deliverables, including final interpretation of study results, reviewing and approving of key personnel, implementing HUD requirements which limit recipient discretion, and where appropriate, substantial direct HUD operational involvement or participation during the assisted activity. That in itself says that this is a top-down program. This is not a bottom-up grassroots program, as some people will say. And the bottom of the hierarchy here is the municipality, the city or state that's receiving the money. In the Granite State Future Agreement, there's a statement that says the National or Regional Planning Commission is the lead point of contact with HUD on behalf of the program and will assume administrative responsibility to ensure that the program is carried out in compliance with HUD requirements. It holds fiscal responsibility for the program. The last point I want to make is that the main approach here is obviously the federal government, but then it's the regional and state planning. The towns are the last piece, the last link in this chain. And this restatement kind of says it all, and I'll end with that. This is in the abstract of the application from the national RPC to HUD for the grant money. And by the way, the grant total is $100 million across the nation in a country that has $16 trillion in debt and a $1.4 trillion deficit every year. The statement is, New Hampshire is a small state with a total population of just over 1.3 million. Given that our state's population could fit within the boundaries of many of the nation's major cities, we are presented with the unique opportunity to create a truly integrated approach to planning, not just in one city or region, but across the state as a whole. So as a city, I would be very leery of signing on to a legally binding agreement with an RPC that is mandated by HUD to carry out their requirements. And I really see, personally, I see not even a regional approach here, I see a state approach. And if that's great for Rochester, then so be it. But if it's not, I would strongly consider that you get into the details of these agreements. Thank you.
GrokTV.